comes from the #1 pro-life organization, the largest and the oldest, National Right to Life. So I'll put up only one poster here, Mr. Speaker, and this is it. They say, National Right to Life says, and this is off of their site, they do not oppose the heartbeat bill. But, you know, my utilization of the English language, I don't know the difference between do not oppose and do not support. But what we need is support, not this intransigence that's going on, especially when the leadership in this House is essentially given the National Right to Life and two other organizations who, by the way, support the heartbeat bill, a de facto veto that no pro-life legislation comes to the floor of the House of Representatives unless it is supported by the top 3 organizations in the country. Supported by, does not support. Why? Heartbeat matches their mission statement more closely than anything that they've supported before. And it's drafted with the anticipation that we would get it before the next appointment to the Supreme Court, not this one. And they fear that somehow we're going to lose some ground if we go to the court before the court is ready. And I say, I fear, for every year we fail to get the heartbeat bill to the Supreme Court, we have on our conscience 1 million abortions in America taking place, 1 million little babies not born, 1 million little pairs of shoes that aren't going to be sitting there by that little bed, by that little crib, 1 million little children, as innocent as could be, who will never have the chance to live, to love, to learn, to laugh, to play, to fall in love, have children of their own, and raise their children with our American values in their hearts, our faith taught to them, their souls saved and demonstrated here as they lift our country up and the world up with the beliefs and the convictions that were passed to us from God through our founding fathers. And we equivocate on something like this, and National Right to Life stands there essentially in the way, whether they do not oppose or whether they do not support. Until that changes, this bill does not come to the floor unless the Speaker changes his mind, the Majority Leader changes his mind, and the Majority Whip changed their mind. And so I call upon National Right to Life to take a look at Iowa. It may be news to them, Mr. Speaker, that heartbeat passed Iowa. It'll be litigated. It'll be on its way towards the Supreme Court and maybe to the Supreme Court. But there's no acknowledgement that this has happened on the part of National Right to Life. It's as if it didn't happen for them, because they can't bring themselves to break out of the mold that they've been stuck in for years. This is a 45-year hidebound mold. And if it doesn't change, it's 1 million abortions a year, every year, until it does change. This strategy over the last 45 years has cost the lives of 60 million babies. Now, I'm not asserting that it could have been solved and reversed in the first year or 2 or 5 or even 10. But along the way, we have to make the case that the Supreme Court, if they don't change, cannot be allowed to be the final word on the lives of another 60 million babies. And so, Mr. Speaker, I urge that, first, congratulations to the state of Iowa, the Iowa General Assembly, the Iowa Senate, the Iowa House of Representatives, the Iowa governor, the leadership in the House and in the Senate, all of those who teamed up and joined hands and worked relentlessly and persistently to bring this heartbeat bill through, and the signature of Governor Reynolds. God bless them all for the job that they did. May we match their effort and their success here in the United States Congress. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman yields. The chair lays before the